Okay, remember that they're changing my voice. This is Deuteronomy 28, part 4. We left off in the last part discussing verse 20. The Lord will send on you curses, confusion and rebuke in everything you put your hand to, until you are destroyed and come to sudden ruin because of the evil you have done and forsaken. So just like with martial arts, right, with their various fields, their crafts, whatever you want to call them, the things that they do, their marriages, their jobs, okay, their churches, they are all ruined in principle. These people love their theater arts, their propaganda, the psychology that they use, but the things that they're doing are ruined. So they try to confuse you by trying to twist things like a snake, right? Twist it and contort it, right? Twisting around things. And snakes poison quite often. And they want to poison you in various ways, figuratively and otherwise. Okay? And this is part of their default nature. So when the person who wrote Deuteronomy 28, many say it was Moses, okay, wrote it, he knew the nature of the children of the devil, and that they were like Gog and Magog, like the grains of sand on the beach. The Lord will plague you with diseases until he has destroyed you. So they're going to be confused and rebuked until they are destroyed. Sudden ruin because of the evil they have done in forsaking God. And God plagues them with diseases until he has destroyed them. The Lord will strike you with wasting disease, with fever and inflammation, with scorching heat and drought, with blight and mildew, which will plague you until you perish. So again, this is figuratively speaking. Yes, those things happen to people too, but the essence of it is for everybody, right? They're spiritually sick, and the various forms of spiritual sickness are being described in terms of inflammation and these other things that it was saying. The Lord will turn the rain of your country into dust and powder. Okay, and the rain stands for the water of God. Instead of receiving the living water of God, the well-being that comes with it, we see in Isaiah, righteousness, justice, discipline, sound mind, sound judgment. Okay, they're just ruined. It's just dust and powder. And of course, it goes back to returning to a position, a spiritual state that's unimportant, where the snake consumes it and they become one with the snake. It will come down from the skies until you are destroyed. The Lord will cause you to be defeated before your enemies. You will come at them from one direction, but flee them in 7. You will become a thing of horror to all the kingdoms of the earth. Now there's various interpretations and connections in terms of the numbers. Okay? Various interpretations and connections. So basically, you're going to come from the direction of rebellion against God, and you'll flee in the number of 7, which has to do with the 7 trumpets, the 7 seals, the 7 bowls of God's wrath. You'll flee toward the essence of punishment. And it's just like with my top martial arts challenge. First and foremost, it was challenging them to man up and take responsibility for what they've done wrong, to admit that I'm the top martial artist ever, to stop propounding white, Jewish, and LGBT supremacy, stop running psyops, and stop all the nonsense stuff that they're doing, stop fuming people. There's a helicopter flying over. Stop poisoning people, stop the rape by deception, stop the roofies and the stupid fraternity games that are played in colleges, and many say that the Freemasons are a part of, to stop these sorts of things, and to restore the divine order in time, and they failed to do that. And they made it clear that their intention was pure evil, and they wanted to be foolish builders and do the wrong thing. Okay, so they fled from my challenge, and they failed to rise up and meet the challenge and admit that I'm the top martial artist ever, because they know they can't beat me. No way could they beat me fair and square. All right. Of course, they didn't beat me in any way. So we're over here. Okay, so the Lord will cause you to be defeated. Okay, went over that. Your carcasses will be food for all the birds and the wild animals, and there will be no one to frighten them away. The Lord will afflict you with the boils of Egypt, and with tumors, festering sores, and the itch from which you cannot be cured. You see how it's saying that, hey, you're going to be punished the same way as Egypt did as they were punished for idolatry. Okay, it's a universal law. No one's special, not the Jews, nobody. And you'll have the same spiritual afflictions, plagues, diseases, problems, insufficiencies, troubles. It was made clear to them in Deuteronomy, one of the first books in the Bible. We also see these things echoed in Leviticus. I believe it's Leviticus, I want to say 26, somewhere around that area. There's something similar said, especially eating the flesh of their offspring, figuratively speaking. We'll get to that. So, and it says, from which you cannot be cured. The Lord will afflict you with madness, blindness, and confusion of mind. So their mental abilities will be reduced from their lack of moral, mental, spiritual, and romantic clarity, because they're all the same thing. Their refusal to do the moral thing is a refusal to do the wise thing and to cultivate sound brain judgment. And their refusal to do the romantic thing and the just thing. We'll leave it there for now.